OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John says punk will never die, but from the look of him, I'd give it 5 years max. It's lovely to have you on the show. You're a fan of Countdown, right?
Big fan. Chase it round the channels 3 times nightly.
Wonderful. Now, would you be good at actually playing the game? Are you decent at Countdown?
Oh, I'm shit up.
Now, John, your poems have been on the GCSE syllabus. How do you feel about that? It's very established.
Well, obviously, I'm delighted that my poetry is being rammed down the reluctant throats of school children. Finally, I'm in a position to make people unhappy, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Time to go across now to Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, have you got any poems for us?
I have, Jimmy, yeah. Less is often more. And nothing proves this more than the time-honoured haiku. It's a poem of a 17-syllable discipline, and I've written a few in my time. In fact, I embraced minimalism in 1958, and I realised that material possessions were merely a roadblock on the highway of enlightenment. And this is the first haiku I ever wrote, the one that put me on the road of Zen. Haiku number 1. To freeze the moment in 17 syllables is very difficult. One could live a lifetime and never get round to verifying their various lifestyle choices, but I was lucky enough 2 years ago doing the Glastonbury Festival. So was the Dalai Lama, the king of minimalism himself. So I arranged a meeting with him. I was introduced, we shook hands, the whole of my right-hand side sobered up. And that's when I explained to him my lifestyle choice of minimalism. And many years ago I said, Your Excellency, I realised that... like I've just told you now, material possessions, etc. Put it this way, I've got it down to a George Foreman grill and a bottle of disinfectant. What do you think? And his reply, I've only ever forgotten it once. And he said to me, Jesus, Clarke, you want to get some shit. True story, you couldn't make it up, literally. And with that in mind, minimalism, it's always been a strong thing in my act. I don't credit people with a gigantic attention span. And I've circumnavigated the globe 9 times, reciting limericks all the way, and take it from a professional. It's the people's choice. For instance, 2 ugly sisters from Fordham took a walk one day out of boredom. On the way back, a sex maniac jumped out of a bush and ignored them. You're proving my point. One more?
Yeah, we've got time for one more.
So it's a 2-liner, is as minimal as I can get, and it's an unsavoury subject, but somebody's got to deal with it. I call this one Necrophilia. Fed up with foreplay and all that palaver. Abacadabra.
John Cooper Clarke, everyone. I should just say to any children watching, don't do drugs. He's 35.
Can I just tell you this quickly? We went horse racing together, didn't we, John, at Cheltenham?
When he says horse racing, we weren't actually sat astride we were in the jockey club putting bets on.
And he went over to the bookies bit in the corner, and we were in a nice bit with loads of TV screens all round us, and he says, go on, have a bet. He goes, let's have a bet. Comes back, I don't know if you remember this, you'd had a few, John. And I said, have you had your bet then? He went, well, I tried. Turns out the arse I want doesn't exist. I said, what do you mean it doesn't exist? He goes, well, you know, these TV screens around us. Well, I'd heard a tip. Turns out I think I was listening to an advert.
OK, the score...
Another poem, Jim.
Fabulous.
Anybody who's ever seen me before will have possibly noticed that I've been piling on the pounds lately. Thanks for not pointing that out. I know how bad it is. I fell downstairs last Monday. The wife thought EastEnders had finished early. Thanks for not pointing this out. But there is a reason for this dramatic weight fluctuation, and it's since I quit using narcotic drugs. So it's very difficult for me here. If I see anybody that I used to know, it's the same old cry. Hey, Dr. Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. What I'm trying to say is they're not being helpful, frankly. The poem there, I wrote a poem about it, and this one's called, spookily enough, Get Back on Drugs, You Fat Fuck. When I go back to Longridge Park, does anybody wish me good luck? All they say is, hey, Dr. Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat bastard. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. We only like you when you're plastered. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. They say I'm piling on the pounds, but that ain't the only reason I suck. Put the donut down and get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat degenerate. Get back on them, you schmuck. You're the size of a minor emirate. You were good once, but I don't remember it. Get back on drugs, you fat jumping Jehoshaphat. Get back on drugs, you fat prick.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet Dr. John Cooper Clarke. Making a living from poetry isn't easy, which is why John supplements his income by standing in a field and scaring away crows. You are a renowned wordsmith. Have you got any favourite words, John?
They're all pretty good.
Time to go across to Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, have you got any poems for us?
I do, thanks for asking, Jim, yeah. This one's called Pies. It's about pies. A homely girl named Anne couldn't get a man. Her mother told her, darling, don't you cry. You'll knock 'em down like Skittles with some farinaceous victuals. You'll always get a guy with a pie. The salad's in the bin. I've never seen a gym, but I'll be there to watch those fuckers die. Mincemeat or steak, it's better than a cake. You'll always get a guy with a pie. Even when they're stale, they taste okay with ale at the point where hunger pangs intensify. Cold weather grub available in the public house. You'll always get a pie-eyed guy with a pie. You'll always get a guy with a pie. What else you gonna do with that leftover stew and those cuts of meat you can't identify? Ingredients of this sort just taste better under short crust. You'll always get a guy with a I spy with my little eye, something beginning with O-I. You'll always get a guy with a pie.
Time now to go back to Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, do you have another poem for us?
Yes, I do, Jimmy. This particular one is set in a mythical Olden. Why mythical? It has to be that way because I've never been to Olden. I'm from Manchester, so why would I... It's in the opposite direction to everywhere I wanted to go. Whenever Oldham, the subject of Oldham comes up, it's usually on the news every so often. It's never good. So I figure it needs a little help in the public relations area. So I'm sure Oldham is anxious to be seen as a modern go-ahead city. Probably got a town motto, reversing into the future together, something like that. It's not twinned with anywhere, but it's got a suicide pact with Gdansk. The news is never good. So I thought it needs a little of the old poetical, magical ooffle dust sprinkling over it to drag it kicking and screaming into the mid-20th century. All right. Trouble at Mal. Daily Bugle front page news. A drunken posse on a booze cruise. Swear me in, I got nothing to lose. High five, low morale. Trouble trouble at Mal. I heard about it at the Taj Mahal. I nearly choked on me Tarkadal. I quizzed Chief Wiggum and he said, wow. Cup 'em, boys. Trouble at the mouth. Tripe stand bloody fell over. Savour the level of drama in that one line. Tripe stand bloody fell over. It's covered the place in a beefy odour. Better take a nosegay, pal. Trouble trouble at Mal. Bury my heart at Clinton Cards. Remember me to the old guard. These days you just gotta be hard, 'cause like they say in this here locale, trouble trouble at Mal. H&M is full of flunkies, and Tony and Guy couldn't give a monkeys. In the dying words of Gore Vidal, happen it's trouble. Aye, trouble at Mal.
OK, was the line when you said savour the line part of the poem, or was that...
No,
you'd broken the fourth wall to come back in?
No, it hit me suddenly.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet, Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John Cooper Clarke is a performance poet and also has a sideline warning Russell Brand about Christmas future. John, have you ever received any strange gifts from fans?
I have. I've several voodoo dolls with pins. Quite a line.
Were the pins in them, or do they give you pins to sort of hurt yourself with?
Do it myself, yeah. I guess that was the message.
I'm with John. OK, time to go across to Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, have you got any poems for us?
Yes, I do, Jimmy, and this is one from way back. It's called The Health Fanatic. It wasn't written from experience. I guess you could tell by the cadaverous complexion. Around the block against the clock, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tick-tock, running out of breath, running out of socks, rubber on the road, flippity-flop, non-skid agility, chop-chop, no time to hang about, work out Health Fanatic, work out crack of dawn, lifting weights, telltale art reverberates, high in poly unsaturates, low in poly saturates, a Duke of Edinburgh's award awaits. It's a man's life, he's a Health Fanatic, so was his wife. A one-man war against decay, enjoys himself the hard way, allows himself a Mars a day. How old am I? What do I weigh? Punch mid-air, does it hurt? No way. Running on the spot, don't get too hot. He's a Health Fanatic, that's why not. Running in a traffic jam, taking in a lead, he gets hyperactivity, never goes to bed, deep down he wants to kick it in the head. They'll regret it when they're dead, there's more to life than fun. He's a Health Fanatic, he's got to run. Beans, greens, tangerines, low cholesterol margarines, his limbs are loose, his teeth are clean, he's a high-octane fresh air fiend, you've got to admit he's keen. What can you do but be impressed? He's a Health Fanatic, give it a rest. Shadow boxing, punch the wall, one-a-side football, what's the score? 1-1, would have been a copper, too small, could have been a jockey, too tall, knees up, head the ball, nervous energy makes him sick, he's a Health Fanatic, he makes you sick.
Right.
OK, time now to go across the Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, have you got another poem for us?
I do, Jimmy. And this is a quiz within a quiz before it has an answer. Bit of fun. The title is, I must ask you a question. Wyatt Earp, Lord Lucan, Douglas Fairbanks, Lloyd Racusan, Schicklgruber, Frederick Nietzsche, Captain Webb on Dover Beach, Monsieur Gillette, Gary Brooker, Ned Flanders, John Lee Hooker, Comrade Stalin, Zachary Scott. What do these people got? Wait for it, more clues. Don Amici, Dennis Farina. Yes, but never Tina. Clifton Webb, Errol Flynn. Occasionally Anthony Quinn. Sir Oswald Mosley, health fascist. Yes, you've guessed. They have moustaches.
John Cooper Clarke, everyone. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John Cooper Clarke, he's the answer to the question, what would it look like if Doc Cotton grew a hair out? John, what's your idea of a great night in?
Well, in show business, a night in is a night out. I like my house. It's full of my stuff, and my wife lives there. So no special agenda, really.
I'm glad we've had this chat. To go across now to Dictionary Corner. Now, we've got John Cooper Clarke here. Is there any chance you could give us a poem?
Without a doubt, Jimmy.
Excellent.
I arrived here this evening in the best kind of car known to man. And that car is, no, not a larder. The difference between a larder and a Jehovah's Witness, you can shut the door on a Jehovah's Witness. The best kind of car, obviously, is a hire car for these very reasons. These are the social advantages inherent in the rented vehicle as itemised hereunder. Double park, don't lock the door, push the pedals through the floor, give it loads and then some more. It's a hire car, baby. Grip the stick, grind the gears, watch that distance disappear, never be yours in 1,000 years. It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, why would anybody buy a car? Bang it, prang it, say ta-ta. It's a hire car, baby. Bad behaviour on the street, save yourself a couple of sheets, collision waiver, keep it sweet, hire car, baby. Drive the anywhere, just like you don't care. Put it down the wear and tear. It's a hire car, baby. Hire car. Why hot wire a car? Whenever you require a car, hire a car, baby. Try not to kill yourself or injure anybody else. Don't forget to fasten your belts. Rent it, dent it, bang it, prang it, bump it, dump it, scorch it, torch it, crash and burn it, don't return it, lost deposit, let 'em earn it. Who cares? It's on the firm. It's a hire car, baby. Best class.
OK, time to go across once again to Dictionary Corner. John Cooper Clarke, can we have some more poetry?
Yes, you can, Jimmy. Here's a public service jingle I wrote in the promotion of sexual hygiene. And this one used to be called Lydia, Lydia. But as you may or may not know, that title's already been used by Dean Friedman. I found out the hard way upon reading this number for the first time. The following message came from the side of the stage. Johnny, change the title. Why? Is in the audience. Who? Dean Friedman. The ragamuffin Romeo. Here. What the? Huh? Yes, and he's a very litigious person who can afford a better lawyer than you can. So if you don't want to live out the rest of your life in utter penury, you'll change the title right now. So thinking on my feet, I came up with this one, a much more succinct title in my opinion. It was one of them fortunate accidents. So now it's called Lydia, Girl with an Itch. Lydia, Lydia, get rid of your chlamydia. Only an idiot would ever consider you.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John says he only gets 4 hours of sleep a night. No fucking shit, John. John, I hear exercise isn't really your thing. Is that true?
Well, hold it. I get plenty of exercise, Jimmy. I'm forever jumping to conclusions, skipping breakfast, and I've even been on a runner bath.
I love it when you're on the show. Time now to go across to Dictionary Corner. John, have you got any poems for us?
I'm glad you asked, Jimmy. Yes, of course I do. Anyone who writes lyrics for a living, this is an occupational hazard. Sooner or later, somebody's going to come along, change one word of the title, and have a worldwide mega smash with it. This is a few of the times where that happens to me. So this one's called I Wrote the Songs. I wrote the songs that nearly made the bottom line of the hit parade. Almost anthems, should have been hit. Songs like Putting Off the Ritz. Some Enchanted Afternoon, 24 hours from Levenzoom, that's in Manchester. Dancing in the daylight, singing in the smog. You ain't nothing but a hedgehog. Ain't no blag. Mama's got a brand new Jag. She ain't heavy, she's my sister. Not to mention Twist and Whisper, brand new leopard skin, pillbox, glove. Baby, you and me got a greasy kind of love. But correct me if I'm incorrect, but you seem to latch on to You Ain't Nothing But a Hedgehog there. So just to show you that there are tunes to go with these titles, here's a little clip from You Ain't Nothing But a Hedgehog. You ain't nothing but a hedgehog, foraging all the time. You ain't nothing but a hedgehog, foraging all the time. You ain't never pricked a predator. You ain't no porcupine.
John Cooper Clarke, everyone. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet, Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John Cooper Clarke is 70, although he doesn't look a day over. Died 10 years ago. Obviously, you're a wordsmith. Are there any words you wish didn't exist?
I'm glad you asked that question, Jimmy, because literally, but only in the way that it is currently used. I was on a train and I was listening to two women talking about a mutual friend whose marriage had obviously gone up the pictures. And this line jumps out of the conversation. He treated her like shit, literally. I was out of my seat. Surely, madam. Surely, figuratively in this. That's what's put the bug up my ass.
Literally.
Literally.
OK, time to go across to Dictionary Corner. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, have you got a poem for us, John?
Yes, I do have a poem for you, Jimmy. In the autumn of my years, I need a little help around the house, so I thought, why not get a chimpanzee butler? But then I thought, by nature of its job, he's going to be in that bathroom before I am. You know how inquisitive the higher primates can be. He's going to clock that razor, he's going to pick it up. Ooh, that's shiny. I wouldn't want to be in the same house as a chimpanzee clutching a straight razor. So pay attention to this, and it's called, for obvious reasons, shave off. What would it take to shift you? A bloodstained banana, a Panama tit-for, a piece of an eyelid attached to a Britva? I'm not a fan of enforced euthanasia, but somebody taser the chimp with the razor. You'll never outrun a guy with a gun. You'll never outlive a man with a shiv. A girl with a rifle is never a trifle. Don't clock the wife of a man with a knife. Don't pull a blade, he may have a grenade. Try not to sneer at a girl with a spear. To be hit with a club will be nothing but trouble. Call that trouble, I don't want to phase you, but somebody taser the chimp with the razor. You better not bitch slap a chap with a switch. It will not wash. Carry a cosh. Even then he may have a Sten gun. You don't want to hammer a man with a camera, you would be liable, it's undeniable. Try not to flannel a man on a camel. Who needs a scimitar around their perimeter? Don't give a snake an even break. If you see an adder, get up a ladder. Most things in existence are prone to resistance, but sometimes not, like this one, for instance. A chimpanzee is not just for Christmas. That centre parting looks quite the business. Drape that ape in your old school blazer, then somebody taser the chimp with the razor.
Dr. John Cooper Clarke, everyone. Now to go across once again to Dr. John Cooper Clarke. Have you got a poem for us, John?
I do, Jim. I got one more here. It was a birthday present for a fellow citizen of Essex that I've known for many years, lives in Chingford. His name's Cyril Hornchurch, and he's a collector of jewellery.
Please.
Hence the poem, Solid Gold Geyser, that. Solid Gold Geyser, that. Got a girl in a million, plus that. Wears her hair in a platinum plait. Keeps it underneath a Fabergé hat. Kissed him on the mouth and spat. Solid Gold Geyser, that. Solid Gold Geyser, that. From the solitaire pin through the mink cravat to the snake-eye studs on his kid suede spats. Solid Gold Geyser, that. Solid Gold Geyser, that. self-made aristocrats. Life O'Reilly, no offence, Life O'Reilly down pat, ghetto fabulous bingo tat, and a caviar guzzling cat. Home is where it's at. Just him, and that ball of fur. Solid gold geezer, that. Cyril Hornchurch, solid gold geezer.
Dr. John Cooper Clarke, everyone. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's legendary performance poet Dr. John Cooper Clarke is here. Got to ask, John, if you're here, who's standing in the middle of the farmer's field, keeping the crows away from his prize runner beans?
Yeah, I'm like that scarecrow that got the Nobel Prize who was outstanding in his field, right? They asked him, what's your secret? He said, hey, it's in my genes.
Time to go across to Dictionary Corner now, where we have Dr. John Cooper Clarke. John, can we ask you, do you have a poem for us?
I do. This one was, it's done very nicely for me. It's become the wedding favourite of the 21st century. And it's also the title of my current book. Product placement, not against the law.
Well, don't tell the people at Frazzles.
This one's called I Want to Be Yours Now. Let me be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. Let me be your Morris Marina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be your coffee pot. You call the shots. I want to be yours. Let me be your raincoat for those frequent rainy days. Let me be that dream boat when you want to sail away. Let me be your teddy bear, take me with you anywhere. I don't care. I want to be yours. Let me be your electric meter, I will never run out. Let me be the electric heater you get pneumonia without. Let me be that setting lotion that grips those curls with deep devotion, deep as the deep Atlantic Ocean. That's how deep is my devotion. Deep, 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 deep. I don't want to be hers, I want to be yours. Ooh. Oh. I want to be yours.
John Cooper Clarke.
John, that there, John, sounds like a lyric from a man in South London. That would definitely drop the panties, I'm telling you. That is...
In an unexpected turn of events, John Cooper Clarke has pulled. OK, time to go across once again to Dictionary Corner. John, could you do us another poem?
Sure thing, Jim. This another eponymous poem. It gives the name to my current collection of poetry, and it's called The Luckiest Guy Alive. The luckiest guy alive. Nothing matters, and what if it did? There's more than one way to make a quid. You'll be farting through silk if you stick with me, kid. I'm the luckiest guy alive. Life is one big happy skive. The luckiest guy alive. Just waiting for the trouble to arrive. On the fairway, I'm under par. At the boat club, they call me the commissar, with a monogram tankard hanging in the bar. I'm the luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. A broad daylight killing spree, I heard about it on the BBC. Stranger things apparently happen at sea. Anyway, don't worry about me, I'm the luckiest guy alive. A better situation you could only connive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. Time was, it was the whole of the law that kept my feet on the literal floor, but gravity ain't my friend no more. Oh no, that's for sure. But I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a facial tattoo saying, please revive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. The luckiest guy alive.
John Cooper Clarke, everyone. OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's Dr. John Cooper Clarke. Great to see you, John. You're looking... Well, you're still with us. That's the important thing.
That's the main thing.
John, your poems inspire so many people. What inspires you?
Oh, I don't know, Jimmy, all kinds of stuff, really. Cufflinks, gasoline, Vaseline, glass, propane, gas, paint, clocks, perfume, birdseed, chloroform, wax, ice, gravel, weaponry, slag, mud, mustard, scree, guano, silk, junk, divorce, and assorted sporting events. You know, stuff.
John Cooper Clarke, everyone. I can't believe I won. To go across now to Dictionary Corner, Dr. John Cooper Clarke, do you have a poem for us?
I do. This is quite a romantic little tune, this. I've been living in Essex for the last 30 years, so at last this is an opportunity to slough off this tiresome northern accent they forced me to adopt and get back to my Essex roots on this one. So it's called The Hanging Gardens of Basildon. The bluebirds sang our favourite tune that scented summer's afternoon. When the shadows vanish and the flowers swoon, it's her sweet face what dazzled them by the hanging gardens of Basildon. So long, Charlene, see you show. I'm strong in it with an Essex girl. One of the several wonders of the world. Turn left at Dagenham for the hanging gardens of Basildon. The redwood forest is a bunch of sticks. The wall of China's a pile of bricks. The pyramids mean less than nicks. It's the A13 I travel on. To the hanging gardens. I beg your pardon, I said the hanging gardens of Baden. No! The hanging gardens of Basildon. Hanging gardens.
Dr. John Cooper Clarke, everyone. Time once again to go across to Dictionary Corner. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, have you got another poem for us?
Yes, I do, Jimmy. Now, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I spend a lot of time at the doctors, so I know what I'm talking about here. They got a word for you if you go into hospital now and you're over 60. Bed blocker. Well, charming. You go in there, you're over 60. Starts with the gentle hint. You wake up the first morning. There's a one-way ticket to Switzerland on your pillow. Never been a better time to be alive. Never been a worse time to be old in this respect. Anyway, as I say, I spend a lot of time at the doctors. That's how I know about all that. I've never met the I spend a lot of time there. It goes with the therapy. This one's called Bed Blocker Blues. I got a poem about it. Here it is. What me worry? I should care. Shit for brains, wire for hair. I seen the future, I ain't there. Things are gonna get worse. Velcro slippers and a spandex waistman washed up on planet wasteland, zipped up like a nylon spaceman. Things are gonna get worse. Things are gonna get worse, nurse. Things are gonna get rotten. Make that hearse reverse, nurse. I'm trying to remember everything that I've forgotten. A menace in the box, I was good in the air. Now I can't get up from an easy chair. The doctor told me, oh yeah, things are gonna get worse. Things are gonna get worse, nurse. Things are gonna get crappy. Colour me perverse, nurse. Bad news always makes me happy. The money's gone, there's only muck. Social services pass the buck. How bad does it gotta suck now? Things are gonna get worse. Things are gonna get worse, nurse. Things are gonna get dismal. Smite me with a curse, nurse. Make it something real abysmal. All that's left is a taste of soup. Afternoon reruns of F Troop and a painful frame with a built-in stoop. And things are gonna get worse. Things are gonna get worse, nurse. I ain't optimistic. Struck down by inertia, nurse, in a bungalow smelling of piss and biscuits. Life's a bitch, it's a bit rich, doubled up with a permanent stitch. Any kind of effort would be so last ditch. Things are gonna get worse. Young people make me swear, you can't take me anywhere. I'm like a breath of stale air, a walking one-man medical scare. Things are gonna get worse. Hail seizure, hello stroke. So many pills a bloke could choke. I can't decide from what to croak. Things are gonna get worse. Things are gonna get worse, nurse. Murder by logistics. Take me back to the first verse. The last one's just too pessimistic. Euthanasia, that sounds good. A neutral alpine neighbourhood, then back to Britain all dressed in wood. Things were gonna get worse, apparently.